This is the SABNEO Dark X. Let's begin now. Well, ladies and gentlemen, here it is. This is the Dark X Saber by SABNEO, part of their V8 pixel SADI X series. This one has 27 sound fonts and the ability to add more with the micro SD card included. You have Bluetooth capabilities. You can control the saber through Bluetooth. You can create new effects, boot effects, blade effects. You can add more background music. It is full of features. The price of this saber will depend on which website you are looking at from SABNEO. If you're on the US site, the price is $219.99 with free shipping. And my coupon code, which is Frugal Jedi, will get you an additional 10% off. And that coupon code will work on any of SABNEO's sites. I gave you a little glimpse of it earlier. I am going to unbox it one more time because it does require some assembly, and I'm going to walk you through on how to get this thing put together so you can start using it. The saber comes shipped in the SABNEO box, and inside it is a foam core block with cutouts for everything so nothing can move around or get scratched. You have the instruction manual, the USB-C charging cable, screws, and Allen key, you're going to have the emitter section, the handguard section, the hilt, and last but not least, the blade. And the blade came protected. Now let's take that out. You can see that. And there is the Dark X blade. To assemble the saber, the first thing we need to do is connect this piece to this piece. If you have a look, there is an indentation that goes around it. It's round on the bottom and then triangular at the top. There are 4 screw holes. You look at the bottom of this piece, and this piece has that same shape. Triangular at the top, round at the bottom. We're going to put it on top, flip it over, and then take screws and start putting in the screws. And you're going to get these little black screws included. So you drop one screw into the hole and start tightening it up. Now that this piece has been assembled, we'll attach it to the hilt. And there are 2 ways you can put it on. You can put it on this way, or you can turn it around. And that's going to change the orientation of the button. If I have it this way, with the longer piece underneath and the button on top, that means that when I'm holding it, the button will be on my thumb. If I prefer to have the saber held like this, then that means that the button will be on my finger. I prefer it on my thumb, so I'm going to have it this way. And you can experiment with which way you like better. And there are 4 screw holes, so 1, 2, 3, and 4. So once again, we take one of those small black screws and start assembling. Okay, now the handle is finished. We're going to take the blade, and the blade, the way it goes in is you always have, you look at the angles right there and you want them to line up. So that is correct, and that would be incorrect. Take the blade and slide it in. And lastly, there are 4 screw holes. 1, 2, 3, and 4. We'll take the retention screw and put it in the hole. I like to get them started so that I can just do one side at a time. And before you start tightening them, you want to make sure that you push the blade a little bit, because you can kind of see it wiggle. That's because there are springs in the base there that contact the blade. So you want to make sure you hold it and then tighten it. And there it is, fully assembled, ready to go.
I am told it is the Dark Saber.
This is really nice looking. Now, it's not a replica, and it's not supposed to be. This is just an inspired design that gives you the feel of that dark saber. And the handle looks more like a katana. When I first saw this, I thought that that was actually wrapped in fabric, but it's not. It is full metal. And they etched in a grain to make it look like fabric, and they did a really good job. It's comfortable. You hold it with 2 hands, no problem. And it feels different than a standard saber because the way the blade is shaped, the weight of it is different. So you'll feel more weight like that than you do like this. And even swinging it, because you're doing more slashing motions, you're not really doing spins, because it's not that kind of saber. This is more of a saber for like samurai sword fighting, or bushido, I guess. It's very nice. It's a single button design right there, and your charging port is on the bottom, and you don't have to take anything apart. You just take your USB cable, pop it into the charging port, plug it in, and you charge it like that. To access the core inside, if you want to add more sound fonts with the micro SD card, you do have to take it apart, and it's very simple, and I'll show you how to do that after. But I'm going to go over the features of this. While the saber's in standby, so the light is on, if you hold the button down and let go till it blinks once, that'll adjust volume. You have high, medium, and low. Holding the button down for 2 light flashes, we'll choose the different ignition effect. And there are 9 ignition effects, and you can create more because you can with the Bluetooth app. Holding it down for 3 light flashes will adjust the blade style. So we'll wait for that boot effect to happen. And this is pulse. So you have steady, fire, pulse, rainbow, wave. And again, you can create as many as you like. It's really unlimited with this thing. It's amazing. Holding it down for 4 light flashes,
Master Mundi.
that'll switch sound fonts. And you can also switch sound fonts using gesture. So if I hold the button down while the blade's pointed up and twist my wrist,
Quinlan Vos. Temple got stuck.
you can get through them really quick.
Dark Sith Red.
And there are 27 sound fonts pre-installed, and there are a few more that are hidden on the micro SD card, and you can download and install more. To turn the saber completely off, hold down the power button until it blinks 6 times.
Power off.
And then it'll power off. You're not going to drain the battery. And the saber will automatically do that as well if you're not using it. Usually shuts off within a minute. So we'll turn it back on.
Power on.
And there is one more gesture control you can do while the saber is in standby. So with the blade pointed up, we change sound fonts. With the blade pointed down, holding the button and twisting will turn the music on. And twist your wrist to stop it. And what's cool is every sound font will have a different track.
Cal Kestis.
So let's hear Cal Kestis' music.
Yoda.
Rey Skywalker.
I am the Inquisitor.
Tell me, is this training?
Master Windu.
I am told it is the Dark Saber.
And let's listen to the dark saber music. Very responsive. I mean, it's really nice. I love this thing. To activate the saber, you can tap the button, you can twist your wrist, you can stab, you can swing. Very responsive. I'm going to set the color of the blade to red just so you can see the effects a little better. So blaster blocks, tap the button. For lockup, hold the button down till it blinks, then let go. You have tip drag, hold the button, tap the blade, and you get that tip drag. You have melt function, so you hold the button, stab forward, and you get melt. You can also stab without touching the button, and it does this effect there. Holding the button down for 2 light flashes. That'll do a blade color cycle. And to stop it, just tap the button. I find it a lot quicker to use gestures, so you have the blade tilted down, twist your wrist and hold the button, and you can quickly go through any color you like. Holding the button down for 3 light flashes. That'll turn the clash sound effect, so it's not going to do the clash right now. And if I do it again, there's that clash. 4 light flashes, hold the button down. We'll deactivate the saber. And of course, Vader's set to red. And you can do a force effect, so you hold the button, twist your wrist. I heard a Wilhelm scream. There it is again. And each sound font will have its own set of force effects. I really like this. I think this is so cool. It is definitely unique. And it does feel a lot different though. It's not what I'm used to, because just the weight of it. It's hard. I can't even balance it because it's going to want to flip. But it's a different weight because of the shape of the blade. Because you're never going to be doing this. It's always going to be like this and like this. Always cutting and slashing. I don't think Obi-Anis are really a possibility with a saber like this. It might feel weird. But I am going to demonstrate it. I want to try it and see what it's like to really give it some spins and slash with it. And then join me in the end for final thoughts.
Leia.
It's almost time for my final thoughts, but first I'm going to show you how to remove the core so you can access the micro SD card if you want to add more sound fonts or music. It's very simple to do. There are 2 screws on the bottom, and you're just going to remove them. And then this piece will drop out. You want to put your finger and you want to hold it. There's a little nub in there for you to grab. Just don't put your finger in too far because you don't want to be touching the speaker. So you'll feel a little nub and just pull it out. And now you can access your micro SD card right there. And then simply push it back in. You'll hear it click. Attach your pommel again. And that's it. That's all you got to do to access the micro SD. Now that you know how to access the micro SD card, let's move on to my final thoughts. I give Sabers a score out of 5 stars based on 4 categories. The first category is value for money. Is it worth the price tag for what you're getting? This one costs just under $220 US with free shipping. Use the coupon code FrugalJedi to save an extra 10% off, and that'll bring the price down to $198 US. I don't know of any other companies that sell a saber that looks like this for this price. Usually sabers that are dark cost around $400. If you're not concerned with having a replica but you want something to give you the same feel, this is a great alternative. Value for money is perfect and it gets a 5 out of 5. Next up is design. It looks really nice. I like how they did the etching on the grip to make it look like a katana with the fabric, but it's actually full metal. Single button operation, very simple. Easy to take the core out, just remove the 2 screws on the pommel, slide it out. The window for charging is smart, so you don't have to take it apart, you just plug it in. Now my one small little complaint is I wish that window opening was just a little bigger, because some USB cables that I own won't fit, and it has to be a certain size of plastic around the metal, and you have to be really spot on to plug it in. Not a huge deal, and that's something that's very easily fixed. If they just remachine it or change it, make it a little bigger, I would be really happy. Because right now you have to really use this cable. All my other cables are just a little too big. But that's not a huge deal. Overall design is really nice, and yeah, I love it. So design, I am going to give it a 4.5 out of 5. Next up is features. You have 27 sound fonts. You can add more. You have Bluetooth. You have all those different ignition effects and blade styles, gesture controls. The soundboard in here I've used and reviewed many times. It's the SM Pixel V4, and it's phenomenal, and I love it. Features wise, you're getting everything. If you've never used one of these soundboards before, or maybe this will be your very first Saber, wow, like, it is a huge leap. And I have instructional videos if you want to learn how to create your own blade styles and blasters and all sorts of things. Features, perfect, 5 out of 5. The last category is quality. Box, the foam padding, everything protected. The blade had the foam on it to keep it safe. Everything is machined nice. There's no jagged edges, no sharpness. Sound quality, phenomenal. Metal hilt, everything's perfect. No rattling of the core. You will hear a little bit of rattling on the button, unless I put my thumb on it. But you can hear the button moving a little bit. It's really faint. The blade, there's a little bit of rattling from the pixel strips in the blade. It's soft though, it's not bad. Otherwise, quality is really good, and I'm going to give quality a 4.5 out of 5. I'll take those 4 scores and add them up to find the average, and the overall score of the Dark X by SABNEO is 4.8 out of 5. Almost perfect. Just a few minor little things, but otherwise, it totally deserves this score. It is really good. I love it. If you want one of these,
A fine addition to my collection.
it's really good. Get one. That wraps up this unboxing and review. If you found it helpful, please don't forget to give this video a like, because that tells YouTube that you are watching my videos, and it helps get my content out there. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. I review sabers all the time, weekly basis. I have a stack of sabers like this over here that need to get reviewed. So lots of sabers to review, and a few other cool stuff as well. And lastly, if you want to be notified whenever I release a video so that you can see it right away, you tap on that bell and you'll get a notification saying the Frugal Jedi has just released a video. I'd like to give a shout out to all my subscribers. I am now over 1,800, and I'd like to say thank you so much for supporting me and watching my videos, because I do this for you. I love reviewing and sharing and helping. It's just what I do. Until next time, I have been your host, the Frugal Jedi. I'm going to have some more fun with this, and I will see you soon for another review.